Yep, you never know when it's going to hit. And a lot of those aftershocks you're seeing registering at 2.0 or a little above that after the initial 4.6. Many people probably didn't even feel those aftershocks, probably unaware of what's going on if you didn't really feel the initial quake at 4.6 that hit around 1:47 this afternoon. Again, this is 10 kilometers west-northwest of Malibu is the epicenter. And, you know, we'll wait for the experts to really weigh in on the exact pinpoint location, how deep it was in the earth and where exactly we can call the epicenter. But certainly a big wake-up call because of the duration of this and because of the fact that it was so close to all the metropolitan areas around this Southern California coastline that so many people felt it as viewers are calling in and sending in their reports of feeling it where they were. Some people in parked cars, their cars shaking. Some people even driving and feeling it as well. A lot of people messaging us saying that they felt it when they were inside their homes, and that felt much stronger than any earthquake they've felt recently. So clearly, again, a wake-up call to be ready, to be prepared. And what you're seeing right now is a beautiful shot there. It looks shaky.
So this was the video, Sandra, of
the moment it hit.
So this was our Santa Monica camera. You see the bright blue skies and some clouds there. Finally, some sunshine after all that rain, and you see the shaking there. For disclosure, we're located here at Fox 11 in West LA, not all that far away from Santa Monica, and that was pretty similar to our experience here. Several quick jolts, but strong enough to know. At first, you have that moment. Is this an earthquake? Are we about to experience an earthquake? And then it's, yeah, this is definitely an earthquake, and it feels like a big one, and it did for us here feel bigger than a 4.6 initially. Thankfully, though, we did not have any of the damage here. We wouldn't expect to see any major damage, but they still will go into, the mode of making sure everybody's okay. Our chopper is up. We believe probably rescue crew's chopper is up as well, and we're looking at the Malibu coast now. Our colleague Gina Silva joins us now. Gina, what was your experience like, and what part of town were you in when this happened?
Hey, Alex. So I'm in the San Fernando Valley and right by the 118 freeway. And I was sitting at my desk just looking at the computer when all of a sudden it just felt like the house was swaying side to side. And my dogs, I have 3 dogs, and they just kind of looked at me and then they started barking. And I'm like, uh-oh, we're having an earthquake. So I ran over to the other room to check on my mom, and she was fine. And she was like, we had one, right? And I said, yep, we certainly did. So, yeah, we felt it. It felt strong.
Did the dogs know in advance, which sometimes happens? Did they give you a warning that this was happening, or they didn't?
No, my dogs had a large meal before it happened, so they were taking a nap, and then so they were kind of like, they felt it though.
Yeah.
I looked at them, they were looking at me, and then they started barking, but they didn't give me any alert whatsoever. Yeah. They were napping.
Isn't it amazing? Sometimes we see those videos of the dogs that seem to know before us, at least by a few seconds. They get that early warning. I'm seeing some of the folks on our social media who have been typing in their comments that they did get some of the early warnings from the systems that we have in place that are set to warn you a few seconds early. So that would be a good thing that those systems are working. It depends on, not everybody's signed up for the same magnitude in terms of warnings, but it's good to hear that seems to be the case as we continue to fly over beautiful Malibu. We don't expect to see any major cracks or anything like that, but it is always nice to look into one of the most beautiful cities, as they say, 27 miles of coastline along Pacific Coast Highway, showcasing Malibu. Gina, I mean, you've been living here a long time and have covered so many earthquakes too. This is all just a reminder of the fact that we need to be prepared all the time, right?
Absolutely. And, we keep reminding everyone to always be prepared, have everything ready. But honestly, do we ever have everything ready? Are we prepared? And I can honestly say I'm not prepared if something major were to happen. So it is a good reminder to go and get the stuff you need, because if we were to get something like the North Ridge earthquake, that would be just horrible. That was such a tremendous quake that hit Southern California and so much damage. I know a lot has changed since then. I mean, the buildings are different, but still, it's just a scary thought.
Yeah, very scary. Hi, Gina. It's Marla Tejas. I'm here. I've relieved Sandra since she starts so early in the morning. I was, full disclosure, Alex says, you know, that we are here in West LA. I live very close to the station, as you know, Gina. So I was at home at 1:47, just had finished getting ready for work and in the kitchen, and my husband was right there with me, and next thing you know, and Alex, you said that it took a moment. Right away, I'm going, oh my goodness, earthquake. And I mean, we felt it. My heart was racing. My heart hasn't started to race in an earthquake in a long time because it just felt that big and significant. And when you feel that intense shaking, you ask yourself, is this the big one? Is it going to get worse?
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're okay and the pups are okay and they've been well fed today on this Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were not, they should have alerted me. They didn't.
Yeah, right. Those watchdogs, yes. But I was going to bring up the point that, well, first of all, I was looking back at an interview I did with Lucy Jones on January 1st because we had an earthquake then along the Rancho Palos Verdes area, and that was a 4.1. And we always talked to her about, you know, being prepared for the big one, and the both of you remarking that you're not necessarily prepared in terms of having your go bags and all of that. But Dr. Lucy Jones, Mrs. Earthquake herself, says more important than that is to get to know your neighbors and those around you, because if there is that big one, sure, you need the water, but you need to have a support system of people around you because you will not have access to the basic necessities that we have each and every day.
Yeah, and that's true. I remember being a kid and waking up on that morning in 1994 when the Northridge earthquake hit, 6.7 magnitude quake, and living in Agora Hills at the time and going out into the middle of the street in the middle of the night, and all my neighbors you see them in their pajamas and you find out what they wear at night. And it was a cold night in January, I remember, and everybody sort of checking on each other, and the grocery store was closed and everything was all over the floor, and it was a really scary time. And I know this quake especially hard hit today's quake in that area. We say hits Malibu. It looks like from what we're seeing on the map, it essentially was between like Malibu and Thousand Oaks. So a lot of folks in the Conejo Valley feeling this especially hard. We're thinking areas like Thousand Oaks, Westlake Village, Agora Hills, Calabasas. They would all feel this quake especially hard in terms of a jolt because it was very close to their neighborhood as well. This is a shot from our Santa Monica cam, which this was the moment when the shaking happened there, and you get a sense that was a strong jolt there. But I'm hearing from folks that live in Thousand Oaks about how strong the shaking was, and people were really, you know, scared in that neighborhood as well. And a lot of folks who thought that this was the beginning of the big one.
Yeah.